Greetings, Living Hope family. It's a beautiful day, and Jesus is alive. And we like to say that because Jesus is alive, our hope is alive. We get our name, the name of our church, from 1 Peter 1:3, which says that we've been born again to a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead, which means if Jesus is alive, our hope is alive. And so I hope that is a good reminder to you today. Now I want to give you some announcements and encouragement. It's my time Thursday evening. So for this Thursday evening, some announcements and encouragement for you. First of all, some things to be aware of in the next couple of days. We want to remind you that men's prayer is tomorrow, Friday morning, 6:30 a.m. via Zoom. We're going to get the link out for that so that you can join us tomorrow if you're able, so we can be more of a praying church, bringing our praises and our supplications to our great God for our church, our families, our country, and the world. And so please join us if you're able. Tomorrow night is also Secret Church with David Platt. It's a simulcast. We do this every year. If you'd like to be a part of this, we need to know so we can get you the registration information and get you the book, the notes that you'll need as well. It's a simulcast. It's 6 hours long, 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. And that's tomorrow evening, but we need to get you the right information so you can join that simulcast from your home. So please email us and let us know, elders@lhbcmansfield.com, and we'll make sure and get you that proper information. Also, we announced this last night at small group. I want to let you know through this official announcement, I guess, that we're starting some changes with our media beginning next week. So we're actually going to be taking all of our media and putting it in under the umbrella of a Christian company called Subsplash. So that means we're going to be getting a new giving platform. We're going to be getting a new website and also an app. The first thing to roll out is our giving platform. So we're switching from Tithely to this new giving platform, and that'll be starting next week. So if you give online, just know that that's going to change a bit, but you'll be able to use it like you use Tithely. And actually, it's a little less expensive if you cover the fees whenever you're giving online. So that's a good thing. And we're excited about the fact that all of our live streaming is going to be done through the website and not on YouTube with the advertisements and all the recommended videos on the side. So there's some benefits to us as a church. We also want to be a church that is supporting Christian businesses, but at the same time, we're hearing stories about there's censoring being done through these big corporations like Google. And so we want to make sure that we have our Christian content, our gospel content through our website and through a Christian company. And so we think that's a good move for us. So that's coming. We're going to roll out the giving platform. Then we're going to roll out the website and the app. So more information on that coming soon. Well, just some encouragement for us this evening. I've been reading Daniel 6 today. And I've been doing a study of Daniel and using a commentary by Dale Ralph Davis. And I was blessed today in a thought from Daniel chapter 6. If you remember the story, there are some officials in the Persian government that want to get Daniel into trouble. They don't like him. He's one of the higher ups in the kingdom. They want to get him in trouble. And so they kind of trick King Darius into making this ordinance that says that no one can make a petition to any god or any man for 30 days except for King Darius. They do this because they know that Daniel he's a devout man of God, and he's going to continue to pray to God. And so he'll break this ordinance and he'll get into trouble and he'll be punished, thrown into the lion's den. So they have this ordinance passed with Darius agreeing to it. Daniel does what he's always done. He goes and prays 3 times a day with his windows open toward Jerusalem, there on his knees. And he's caught doing that, and he must be now thrown into the lion's den. Now, King Darius actually has a fondness for Daniel, but it says here in Daniel chapter 6 that the king, when he heard these words, when he heard that now he's got to punish Daniel, when he heard these words, was much distressed and set his mind to deliver Daniel. So he's trying to find some way to get Daniel out of this because he has favor toward Daniel. He doesn't want this to happen to Daniel. And it says the king labored till the sun went down to rescue him. But this was done, this ordinance was put into effect according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which we're told cannot be revoked. And so he tries and tries and tries to get this changed so that Daniel is not going to be put into the lion's den, so he won't be killed. And he can't do it. He can't do it, so Daniel actually ends up being thrown into the lion's den. And so the point is, and the point that Dale Ralph Davis helped me to see in the text, is that this powerful king could not help Daniel. He couldn't. There was this law of the Medes and the Persians that he could not revoke. He couldn't cross over that boundary. He could not help Daniel as much as he wanted to, as distressed as he was about the whole situation. He couldn't do anything. What does that say about where our hope should be? There's a verse that the commentary brought up, Psalm 146, verse 3, says this: "Put not your trust in princes, in a son of man, in whom there is no salvation." We are called to put our trust wholly and fully in God alone. And who was it in the story in Daniel chapter 6 who delivered Daniel? It was God who delivered Daniel. But you know what? Daniel, he didn't know if God was going to save him. And actually, back a few chapters earlier, in Daniel chapter 3, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were confident in God's power, but this is what we hear from them. They're going to be thrown into the fiery furnace for denying or rejecting the command to bow down before Nebuchadnezzar's golden statue. And this is what they say. They say, "Our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king." So they're confident in God, but listen to this. "But if not, if he doesn't deliver us out of the fiery furnace, be it known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up." So we put our hope and our trust in God. But sometimes we know that God doesn't do what we hope he will do. We're not delivered from the circumstances we want to be delivered from. But that shouldn't change whether or not we trust in God. That shouldn't change whether or not we put our hope in God. Because he is trustworthy, even though he may choose something that's different than what we desire, or different than we hope for. Because he, in his sovereignty and in his wisdom and in his goodness, knows exactly what's best for his people. So our trust should be not in princes, but in the God of the universe, the God of the Bible. And remember this, brothers and sisters, that even if he doesn't do what you've asked him to do, even if it goes differently than you had pleaded for, we still trust him, we still hope in him, because he does all things well. And he's always right. And he always has our best interest in mind. Let's be encouraged by that in these difficult times, and hope to see all of you soon. Blessings.